He got you that.
Oh.
Was it? All right. Well, welcome today again to Williams
Is it
Adventures.
No, it's not.
Or is that
And D&D. We're once again with our party. We're missing 2 because they got food poisoning. So we're down 2, but that's okay. We'll continue on and they can rejoin us when they're better.
Ivor had to go visit his dad.
We'll figure something out.
Gone. We must speak.
Big black tedder we must take.
Please remember to like this video, subscribe, and support me on Patreon. That's why I can make more shit.
He gets
You're
rid
just
of it
so
later.
you're just so straightforward and frank with it.
There's no reason to beat about a bush. There's some shit I need. Support me.
No, you're supposed to beat the bush.
And this way I can buy books and figurines and all kinds of other stuff and not have to really pay out of my own pocket because it gets expensive.
Sure.
You can't need that many more books.
I have the 3 core books.
You don't have the 3 core books?
I do.
He has.
I may or may
That's
not.
it.
I may or may not
I can
have.
borrow any of
What's your
mine.
birthday?
August.
18th, specifically.
Anyway, to recap last week's episode, they teleported back to Mr. North. Spent all day working on mowing, clearing the area, transporting a lens, fixing the focusing system for the lenses,
And then blowing up.
And
setting up mushrooms, and then activating the shield. Which
Activated something else.
Activate.
on an errant
Wait, your name's Jordan?
energy ray made our dear little Corvo poop. And then suddenly come back 80 years older and have teeth left
That's lemony.
and has no memory of this.
She's gonna have
80 years.
blips. She's gonna have blips.
Oh, she'll gain her memories, all right. It's going to be interesting.
What I would like to know, and I should be able to know, or Corvo should be able to know, where did I blip to?
You'll find out.
But Corvo should already know.
That's the thing about plane shifting.
It was this terrible place called
Involuntary plane shifting will screw with your mind.
That's fair, but I mean,
You went
it's
through
not.
multiple levels of hell.
Also
You don't
time
know
travel.
that. Maybe. You don't know.
No, she's
We're going to figure it out. So, continuing our story, the shield has actually yet to finish touching the ground.
Oh, so it's still working?
Yeah, so
It's still coming down. When this all happened, y'all freaked out and ran over to where she was. And then she mysteriously pooped back.
and is a wee bit
A
different.
bit different.
So is the shield purple now?
The shield, when you actually look at it, is all the colors.
What color is she now?
Corvo can choose her skin tone, or I can tell her her skin tone.
Well, there's different skin tones for different tieflings, but since Corvo's dad didn't expect this to happen, even though he knew that her mom was a tiefling, I don't know. She wouldn't know what type of tiefling her mom was. So, because this color of the skin will correspond a lot of times with what type of tiefling it is.
Yep.
So, if she doesn't know what type of tiefling her mom was, only that she was a tiefling, then I don't think she would really know what.
You can pick. I'll let you pick.
Let him pick research on his name.
No. Oh, no. No searching.
It's a gnome device. Leave me alone. Well, the thing is
Go green. It's the color of clouds when a tornado goes through a trailer park.
Go with the basic one. Go red.
Purple is anything but basic. No, I mean.
But she is basically Corvo.
Well,
We can do this several ways.
let's roll for
You can pick, or we can start rolling. Roll dice right off the bat,
it.
and you have to go with what is rolled.
Welcome to D&D. We're rolling first.
We are going to pick the shades of Corvo.
It's your character. I will let you decide.
50 Shades of Corvo.
50 Shades Darker.
This part is kind of purple. This part over here's got to be pink.
I was honestly thinking about seeing, since I work with mushrooms and eat mushrooms and everything, what would be how that could influence the skin color.
Okay.
But I don't know. I honestly don't know enough about all the tiefling stuff. So I don't know what to, like, I could say purple with pink polka dots, and I don't even know what that would correspond. And since I'm from Golgari, I would probably guess it'd probably be a darker skinned type thing, being from Golgari and Ravnica.
Well, you also have Corvo's color from like when you made her. Almost
Yeah.
staying the same color.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Just kind of like offset the color a little hue, something like that.
I just did a little bit of research into an event that happened last week. Do you know the odds of getting 7 coin flips correct in a row?
No.
Like 0.5%. Wow. So when you had all those items, that was cool.
So how about we do this? The Corvo's skin color is already darker. She has the white dreads with the green, right? So let's do this. Keep most of her skin tone the same, but I think it'd be really cool to have like maybe around like one eye darker, almost like a birthmark, like an unseen birthmark from before. And when she went tiefling, you can see the birthmark, like maybe it's like around her eye, and then her horns could be black into like a green tip. I think that would probably make a lot of sense. Instead of just being like, your skin totally turned red for no reason at all.
What was her skin tone?
It's like a blackish.
Right.
It's almost an ash gray, a dark
Yeah.
ash gray.
Ash gray.
Not what you like.
Oh no, I like it. It's just very lemony.
Okay. What type
I love
of horns
power.
do you have? Are they smooth, or do they have
They just
ridges like a growth ring?
They would have ridges.
Okay.
Especially if I've been gone for 80 years.
Do you have one?
She's
Do you
got
have-
ridges. She's
do you
like a
have-
waffle.
That's what her skin color.
Perfect.
And then I figured the horns could be like black and maybe into a green tip. It would make a little more sense that way. I can put mushrooms on them.
They go. They go.
Oh my
That's
God.
funny.
Depending on how your horns are, you could use them to actually be like right over a fire or kiss or anything.
Hey, she has fire resistance, so it works.
I don't know. I don't really want the ram style.
Excuse me.
I don't really want that. I do want them. I don't know if I want them back or slight. I think I kind of want them at an angle slightly up. so they aren't like laying into my head, but they go at a slant up and have
They,
like
they
a,
curl back.
yeah, and they're like obviously
Yes.
wavy-ish.
Which one?
That'll work.
Yes.
Okay.
The white probably. I like the white hazelnut a lot.
I can do that. It's easy enough to do. You could always dye your horns too.
Thank you.
Probably put pierce my horn. One ring.
The one
Okay.
ring.
Why do you look so confident? When you look confident, you scare me.
You had the hair.
I mean, kind of.
Actually, no.
Ooh.
That's why I'm scared.
Interesting.
And again, with the interesting, somebody saved me on my character going to die.
You
You
did,
said it was your mother?
Yeah, it was my mother. My,
That
fa-
makes perfect sense.
my father was Hackman.
this is like a psychiatry moment. It was on my mother's side.
And how did you feel?
Okay.
Tell me about that.
Tell me about your mother. I just said I didn't know her.
Oh,
Pretty much.
That's right.
Well, she boned my father, gave birth, and
Wait, she boned the father?
yes,
Oh dear.
Amazon position. She did all the work.
I mean, she does have a tail, right? So
Yeah,
I
also
mean,
halfling man.
I mean, we saw that in the D&D movie.
Yeah.
So some girls like it small.
Corvo. Roll me a D6 and subtract 3.
He's six. If I roll a 1, why a T6 and subtract 3? Dear good. I rolled a 1.
-2.
No.
Does that count as 3 nat ones?
Can I use halfling luck on that one?
Good job.
I'm amazing.
That was great. What if I rolled a 1?
I rolled a 1.
One
Thanks, guys.
minus 3. Let's see. Makes it 6, 5, 4.
Maybe 5. Wait, no, you're right.
Do you want to use your halfling luck?
I don't know. Do I want to use my halfling
I don't know. Do you?
Roll to see if you want it.
Well, because part of
Watch
the
you
problem
go.
is you can.
Like, nope, I quit. I just rolled a 1. What did I do last week?
Roll me a percentile.
I'm gonna die.
Actually, no.
She's a halfling, only roll up to 50.
No.
I'm about to drop it, and he's like, "No." I'm like,
No.
That might-
This is going to be more interesting. High
no.
or low?
That is not low.
What was
Okay.
it, 72?
8,
That works.
78.
You said 8. I meant that is low. What do you mean?
That's pretty low.
Okay. That works.
Oh, God.
Sweet.
Happy? Are you dead?
No.
Just gonna.
Are you okay?
No.
All right. She's short circuiting. I mean, she did get back to, well, the prematerial realm. No. Well, at least this one.
Can I see my mom?
Oh, there was one more item I meant to ask you about last week that I totally forgot to put on the list.
Damn the luck.
I still never even made it there.
It's okay. I can probably make it.
What?
A boomerang shield. It's not a very good item, but it's a fun.
A boomerang shield?
It's kind of like
He
Captain
wants to
America
be
shield.
Captain America.
Oh, where it comes back to you?
Yeah.
Just put word of recall on it.
No, because you can throw it as a ranged weapon attack for 1d6.
And you couldn't do that with.
A rock?
Listen, it's a lovely little item.
Okay. So,
Carding's just
As-
getting Gadget Man.
Corvo is collecting herself, and y'all are standing around, taking and seeing that apparently she's fine, even though altered now. The shield finally finishes coming down to the ground.
That was a fast costume change.
So,
I did tell you my mom's a sequel, right?
Cool. Did you go to hell?
I have no idea.
Good.
you want me to read you what I wrote this morning for what y'all did?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you destroyed the world.
No. As per what was specified, it actually is a shield spell variant. The shield spell will generate a 350-foot radius spell with a +5 for every 2 mushrooms with a successful check. Tell me if this isn't cool. The storage
cool.
tanks,
I haven't heard
which you have been informed about, you don't know this, but have to be refilled once per day, draining one of 4 tanks every 24 hours. They can be refilled with a 6th or 7th level spell.
So we're not helpful.
The glass of the building has a hardness of 7, which I actually looked it up. Actually, it is for tempered glass. So a lot of this is actually scientifically accurate for our world. I just threw in some interesting mechanics, which means it has 7 hit points per inch of thickness. The glass walls are 1 foot thick. So they have 84 hit points per square foot. Which means
Square inch. All the way through.
foot. Because I actually calculated it out. 1 foot. Which means that for every sheet of glass has 12,600 hit points.
Nifty.
The sheets of glass have been cut into 10 by 15 foot
Slab.
panes. The focusing crystal has a hardness of 7, AC 13, which is +3 from magical flowing through it, and it's 1,575 hit points. The stand for the crystal is Eberron steel. Whatever you want to use for that.
Steel +1.
The focusing lenses are. Oh, I need to edit that. Within a wooden frame, the frame is 5 foot thick, 15-foot diameter, and a hardness of 1,000. Which is actually pretty low on our actual wood scale for hardness of wood. Like some type of African wood has a hardness of like 3,000. It's like insanely stupid hard. Lenses are made of plain glass, hardness of 5, AC 15 due to height and placement. They are a 5-foot dome circle with 1 foot of 2 opposite sides basically cut off. What do you think about that?
It makes me wonder how the hell there is a chip in the glass.
I know, right?
Like that shatter.
And since my mushrooms were made from that glass or that DNA of glass, rocks.
I actually have that. What y'all
Catapult.
have been informed about is the spell produces an invisible barrier. Well, it's actually not invisible, but you can see it. That blocks all magic missiles and protection against physical missiles from arrows, javelins, and even manticore spikes.
AK, we're fighting a Manticore this time.
Not necessarily.
So if we use catapult on
It
one of the
will
mushrooms,
literally bounce off the shield.
No, like outside the shield. If we're like go to a castle or whatever, we're fighting, and we use catapult on one of the mushrooms, it's just gonna keep going through walls.
Oh, I'm not-
No, the
And-
dome shield.
Yeah, I'm talking about the glass for that I made the mushrooms.
Maybe.
Like we could just like let it go. It's fine.
All creatures within the area when the shield generated building activates are automatically keyed and can enter freely.
You like all my stuff, don't you?
Wait a second. Was she here when it activated?
Who?
She was blipped out for a second.
She was here,
Okay.
but it would happen while it was
Okay.
Coming down.
cycling up.
I was just wondering if maybe now you
So,
can't
yeah.
get out.
Any non-keyed individuals have a 50% chance of going in the opposite direction from the one it chooses.
Really?
Will save DC 15.
Can I have the coconut broth?
Both of the doors in the warded area can be magical locked. Arcane lock DC 20. This is some stuff you might want to pay attention
Sorry,
In addition, the doors can be covered with an illusion, equivalent to minor illusion, to make them appear as plain sections of the glass wall.
You said the doors are keyed?
Arcane locked. Let's see. Webs fill the stairs in the warded area from top to bottom as per web spell. These strands regrow in 10 minutes. They are burned or torn away while. I gotta change that. The shield is active. Fog can fill the warded building, making it heavily obscured for any other than the keyed personnel.
Ooh.
The whole warded area radiates magic.
Oh no. Toki.
Nah, because it wasn't cast.
True.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cast spell, even though it is a spell.
Yeah.
Gives her
There's
the
a difference.
PVG.
Yeah. It also brings up some new issues.
Childhood trauma.
A dispel magic can't cast on a specific effect if successful removes only that effect. If the shield generator building is left running for 1 year, it can create a permanently guarded and warded structure with the shield active. The storage tanks will not have to be refilled.
So we have to defend this for the next year? We got a birthday party to go to.
Other spell effects. This is for y'all. Keyed individuals can choose one of the following magical effects within the warded area of the stronghold. Place dancing lights. I'm going to remove that. You can designate a simple program that the lights repeat as long as the shield is active. Place magic mouth in 2 locations. Place stinking cloud in 2 locations. The vapors appear in the places you designate. They return within 10 minutes if dispersed by wind while the shield is active. Place a constant gust of wind in 1 corridor, room, or within the shielded area. Which means if there's something flying, the wind. Place a suggestion in 1 location. You select an area up to 5 feet square, and any creature that enters or passes through the area receives the suggestion mentally. Magical glass
Dance if you want
mushrooms.
to
Now, the reason I'm telling you all this and incorporating this is because I plan on trying to write a campaign for that hopefully Wizards will publish. And I'm still kicking around the name idea.
Shrooms of Doom.
You know, 'cause it has to be something related to Myth or Lore. This way people know what it's about.
So 2 things you can do in this place. We can set up a hall that people have to enter into the shield. Command strip search, instantly done.
Maybe.
We can
So
also-
I'm gonna throw this out there, but Vagity is a bad idea when you're doing spells because the only thing that's gonna happen is everyone's just gonna get naked when they walk through.
Exactly. Strip and stand.
Yeah, but they can make a save against it. So
Yeah, but then they just like the guards ask them nicely or not so nicely.
no, it'd be if like something were to ever attack the building, you could take him.
Suggest leave.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, you can make a traffic light with the dancing lights.
Pretty much. These magical mushrooms are 1 foot tall. These can be created using a shard of the focusing lenses with an investigation check of DC 15. Actually figured this out by listening to our episode. So this is pulled literally from us.
Nice.
To find and a skill check, player's choice, DC 25. Because that's what you rolled. So this is your. You rolled a 25, that's the DC. For anybody else to do that. So, congratulations.
You just messed with every person who ever runs through this
Talk
campaign.
about setting
Yep,
the bar.
It's your fault.
Yep, you set a bar if they can. I can never get this published.
It is published in this little excerpt. If you have issues with this DC,
It's Corvo's fault.
Take that with Corvo Quinn. It creates a glass mushroom that radiates a slight purple glow. An Arcana check will focus the shield spell from shield generator building, adding +5 for every 2 mushrooms to spell area effect. Meaning the size of it. The mushrooms must be planted within 5 foot of each other with 10 per side. The DC starts at 20. With every natural 20 rolled, the DC lowers to a max of 17, which was what you got on the initial roll.
Yeah.
Once again,
Oops.
glass mushrooms have a hardness of 9. Remember?
it's higher than the other.
Yep. Due to them being magically created. AC 14 and 75 hit points.
Can I have one of those?
And that's actually figured on based on a 1 foot cube of glass. And I went with like 2/3 of the hit points that it would actually have, considering that's the size of a mushroom. So there you go.
I grew 37 of them. I only put 20 out.
Yep.
You could probably grow a lot more too. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm harvesting the spores and stuff from them.
So, question: if it's all glass, are the spores like asbestos?
We're gonna get into that.
This is why I shouldn't open my mouth.
Here's the question.
What?
Does cancer really matter in this world?
It can, yeah.
Okay.
Greater restoration, but
Right. There's like ways to heal that in this world. They have
Yep.
a cure for cancer.
Yep.
Can we have that?
In our world, I
Yeah.
wish, right?
Actually, I'd rather just have a cure for diabetes and make pancreases work again.
So, the spells finally come down. Y'all are very tired because you've been working all day doing stuff, getting this ready. You're within the projected shield.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna take a nap.
You're going to walk back to Dawnspire base, which is half an hour away.
I'm gonna nap next in the building next to the button.
They're going to leave a small guard contingent, and everybody else who actually helped with this, who are not the engineers, are actually going to go back to Dawnspire base. So they're willing to escort you.
All right, I'll walk with these people.
Okay. When you get back to Dawnspire base, a feast has been prepared because they know you're going to be tired. And baths have been prepared. and y'all can rest for the evening in their bunks.
Woohoo!
So, what is everybody thinking about the new Corvo? Like, did they respond to her any different?
That's up to y'all.
She's talking about your.
Well, I mean, more
NPCs.
more the NPCs.
She looks hornier with a worse sunburn.
Most of them don't really aren't paying attention because they've been working all day. They didn't see you, what happened, and so they're just wanting to get back home.
What
And it's a halfling. They
Oh.
knew a halfling was here, so they're okay, whatever.
What did Elminster say about it?
He'll probably just be like, bullshit.
I mean, I'm going to guess he knew what happened. When I say I'm going to guess, I'm really guessing.
Are you going to go up and talk to him?
I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. Well, I'm having a little bit of a memory loss here. So, I don't even know what to ask him.
So I disappeared and I came back and I don't remember what happened.
You see him walking along, and he is in his like a work outfit. He's dirty and sweaty, and you can see he's tired because he was busy helping set this thing up. He has dirt on his arms. He has sweat rings, and he's kind of just walking along. So if you want to interact with him, you can.
Well, I didn't know if he reacted to when I came back and stuff, like what his reaction was.
Like I said, he didn't notice because he was inside the building watching what happened. And so a blip of light.
Well, I don't know, like, if it was really important for this show to come down and it's spell work and it's, magical, I would think a blip of light would have caught his attention because he is intently watching to make sure it goes right.
Fair enough argument. I can go with that.
That killed Snap.
Yeah, he would have noticed. High or low?
Hi.
It's fair enough, it was. So, walking along, she's like, you okay, Corvo?
I don't know. I don't remember. Like, how long was I gone? Where did I go?
He actually stops and kneels down and looks at you. That's different.
You're telling me? I mean, my mom was a tiefling, but we
Okay.
didn't ever think this would happen.
Well, that explains why you look like a part tiefling.
Okay, honey.
You were only gone for maybe at most like 30 seconds, a minute, maybe 2.
I feel like it was longer.
You look older.
So when I disappeared,
Too distracted.
I was around 20. I think I was, what, 22? I didn't write it down. I think I was like 22. So that means I'm 102 years old now, which isn't unheard of, especially for tieflings
Or
But-
halflings.
or halflings. But, like, since I don't remember anything, I think I would feel different. What? I don't know.
Do you have that
I
old
mean,
walker?
yeah.
How about this? How about we get down to Dawn's Fire Base and I can do identify on you? Will that work? Okay. So he stands back up with a creaking. And y'all walk back to Don's fire base, and then he sits down in a chair and he goes, puts his hand on you, stares at you, kind of turns you around a little bit, rubs your horns, looks in your eyes, and open your mouth.
I feel like I'm in a physical.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is, most of it.
He's
Why are you fondling my horn? Dirty old man.
Well, think about it. Knowing the lifespan of a tiefling and a halfling, and I have both of them in me, that means I could very potentially grow older than even a high elf.
Well, I mean,
Hmm.
probably halfway in between the two ages.
Or pretty.
Maybe.
It would.
Half and half.
I guess maybe depend on.
Ooh,
what
her new
you-
name. Her new nickname is Half and Half. You can throw her in coffee.
Oh my God.
Wake her up in the morning.
Knowledge Arcana. Oh, shit.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, considering that's 47. $47.
Oh, I heard.
Oh, okay. He gets real close. He looks at your
He
hand.
gets real close.
No, he's like examining you.
Right. I have a tail now.
Been a while since you've been
Hmm.
horny. Huh?
By the look of it, you're about 80 years older
What?
than when you left.
Why? How?
How?
I don't know.
Who, what, when, where, why? and
Time
how.
moves differently when you're on another plane.
Yeah, but
So
I don't know where I went.
when you go to another plane and then you come back, it tends to
Wait.
catch up very quickly if you haven't really aged there. So, by my count, whenever you left for that short amount of time, yes. Do you know what your mother was?
I mean, my dad just said she was a tiefling and she died at birth.
Did he ever tell you whether she was native to this plane or whatever your home plane was?
No, it never came up.
You might not have never known.
I don't know if he did or not.
High or low?
Let's go high.
Don't think she was from whatever plane you're from or world you're from. So whenever she died, she would have went back to her home plane. Which means, for all intents and purposes, she could still be alive.
How is that possible? If you die.
Well, what happens is when you take a subject from point A, let's say Faerun, which is where we're at here, in the world of Toro, and you put them, let's say, for an example, in hell. It is not their native plane. No, I've been there. So whenever you die, you go back, unless something happened, to your native plane.
Okay. But then how can you re-alive?
Because when you get back to your native plane, you come back to
In essence,
a little bit of health. It's like waking up from a dream. Yeah, it trust me, it is. It wasn't very fun. Because you remember how my tower got crumbled and I told you that it was attacked by the Xantarm?
Yeah.
Yeah. When that happened, in order for me to close whatever weird shit they did there, I actually went through the portal and close it from the other side, which wound my ass up in hell.
Oh,
So I know what you've gone through.
I'm glad you do because I still don't remember. Maybe I don't need to remember.
Yeah, it'll take, and it'll probably it's not going to come back immediately. It'll probably come back when something triggers it, or some kind of trauma,
I feel so triggered.
and it'll be like a flash of a memory, which then might be to something. What was that? And then later, if something similar happens, that might become a little bit clearer and clearer until that whole memory reconstitutes. Because your essence has been kind of torn apart into this world and where you went, and
It's got to catch up.
yeah, it's got to catch up.
Okay.
I know it sounds weird because where are you from originally? Where were you born?
That was my-
I was born in Ravnica.
Yeah. And it's kind of weird because you should have gone back to Ravnica, which was your prime material world. But since you left from here, you physically came here.
Then I came back.
Then you came back to here, which there's something weird happening there because you should have went back to Ravnica,
Maybe it
Which-
was the shield
which
or the mushrooms.
no. I'm thinking that whatever caused you to come back knew you were from here, or knew you were here, and sent you back at the point you died. That's interesting.
All right, who's Funky Mojo Hojo going on here?
That's something you're gonna have to figure out because I can't help you with that one. I can only tell you what happened.
How many people would even be able to possess that power? Like, obviously, you might be able to, because I've seen some of the stuff you've done. But
If I was
that's like God level.
not necessarily, not necessarily. It could be somebody that had a strong tie to you, like a parent and or sibling, were literally right there with you when you died in hell, and had been watching you, and knew you had came here.
But are you so sure I died?
That's the only reason it explains why you came back. Because otherwise, you would have been gone. It's kind of like when a wizard casts banishment. They banish them to another plane of existence temporarily, and then they come back. Unless they're from that plane, then, well, they stay there.
If I came back here, that could suggest that I was sent back here. I didn't actually die.
It could be that too. It could
I gotta go make a mushroom for this.
Why?
It's gonna be a memory mushroom.
Why?
Makes a bong out of the
Why would you be sent
out of the glass.
back?
Maybe they didn't know I was from Ravnica.
No, they would have known that. Which means they would have been following you when watching over you, kind of like a scry spell.
I mean, I don't think I was right. Huh?
We can scratch.
We were scried.
You remember how that doppelganger, how he showed you that crystal?
Yeah.
You don't have to scry on a person. You can scry on an object that person is carrying. So if they see, for example, I'm carrying, or they know I have, let's say, a gold brick. Some weird reason I'm going to use this. In your backpack.
Who told you?
They scry on the gold brick. If you haven't sold the gold brick, or smelted it down, or done whatever with it, it automatically brings their scry to you. And you won't know because they aren't scrying on you yourself. Because when most wizards are being scryed on, they go feel a disturbance in the force.
May the fourth be with you.
No, Revenge of the Fifth.
No, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
So
I
I'm ready.
almost brought my sabers.
You know, it's kind of interesting because a lot of the time you can. It's like a fight of willpower for somebody to watch you. You either know they're watching you because they're scrying directly on you because you'll,
Fight of two powers?
there's somebody scrying on you. Or you don't and you go, I think there's somebody scrying on me, but I'm not sure. Or they scry on something you're wearing or carrying. So that's why a scry could be a completely broken thing.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I need some mushrooms.
And by the looks of
That's an intense look.
based on your looks and your heritage, and of course the identify, I would almost
Oh no. Here's the stats that I rolled.
say that when you went away, you went to Stygia.
What?
Oh, it's a plane of hell.
Listen, just because I wanted her to go to hell didn't mean literally.
And by the looks of
Sounded literally.
your horns and everything like that, yeah, I would have to say that your mom was an Aranese. Yeah, they look very. They look very. They take a human, add horns, and that's kind of what an Aranese looks like. They're really interesting, and they can minor illusion the horns away, add hair, and get rid of the tail. It's not that uncommon. We have so. It's the thing
Interesting.
about being a tiefling is, well, you do or don't know who your parent is, and you said
That's the chiefling thing?
Yeah,
I thought that was an everything thing.
It's very much a tiefling.
tieflings are better at not knowing than others.
you know when you said your
campaign with
mother died in childbirth, right?
Mhm.
And when she died, she might have just poofed out of this plane of existence due to labor stress and everything like that, gone back to her plane. And
That
they're watching you.
conversation never really came up.
Like I said, it's probably gonna take time. Like years, decades, the rest of your life to figure out what happened. Because there's no way to fix your There is a way, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. Since it's an effect of a spell, a spell could fix it. You're right. However,
Do you want that?
the trauma of instantly having 80 years of your life flooded
You
back
might
into your
instantly
mind
die from a heart attack.
might do damage rather than help.
I just saw my life flash before my eyes. It's really boring.
It's kind of like, because basically what happened is, let's say that this is the past 80 years of your life. We're going to take this and shred it up into tiny little bits and go, there's your memory. So things might get confused and
I
not reapply themselves the way they naturally.
They don't. The pages don't match up. You have
Exactly.
like instead of a rogue and a ranger, you have like a rogue
Yeah.
paladin page works together and
You only have two.
When he was doing that,
no.
Now,
I had a bad thing. He was like, this is your life. Just
Like I said, it could be done with a spell. Celestial Avatar could probably do it. A deity of any rank definitely could do it.
Well,
And-
ask when I see one.
Maybe it's a chance. Going back to that plane would trigger. But who the hell wants to go to hell?
Well, obviously, it's
Other
been
than
80 years
a
there.
A denizen of hell.
It's been 80 years there.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, it wasn't voluntary because you definitely have some new scrapes, scars, and other markers on you.
I want to do something.
So while that's happening, because I don't think we're with her.
You can be if you want. He's literally sitting.
Oh, I
there
haven't
at
been
the
saying
table.
it. I haven't really been saying anything in character because I figured this was a private conversation.
Yeah, so did
Nope,
I.
he was literally sitting there at the dinner table and damn near sat her on the table.
Oh,
Look
cool.
at her.
Well, then
I got a movie on the table anyway because I
Yeah.
gotta eat.
the conversation could have gone an extremely different way if I had known that.
Yeah, he
You were just
doesn't
fascinated.
care at this moment. And he
So,
literally
oh, no,
did
because, like-
identify while right after eating.
So, Mr. Elminster Man,
Yes, sir.
have you heard of my newfound goddess of Regara? Take those.
You gotta make me pull this book out. All right, fine. Let's see, knowledge, because this is based on 3.5 version. Yes, deity of a cult way down south.
Yes.
They're kind of a tropical thing. Why? What about it? How do you know about it?
I heard about it from some dude in the tavern back at the place we started.
Shadowdale?
Yeah. Forgot the name of the place for
There was a cultist of theirs in Shadowdale?
I could, but they helped me see the light.
Thought that cult was dead.
Well, clearly not.
I know there was a war between them and somebody else. It's been a long day.
Do you remember who the war was?
No, it's been a long day. I can't. Out of character, I don't remember, but I know the
The
name.
man's like 1,000. Give him a break.
Listen,
A little
he
over
has-
1,000.
He has the knowledge.
Doesn't mean
I
he
have
can.
knowledge of the original Mistra, which was like in.
That's just
Seriously?
like
Yeah, the man is
Well then.
definitely as old as Jesus, okay?
I'm not the right hand of Mistra any more. That belongs to somebody else.
I was gonna
That's
say
okay.
that doesn't mean he can like instantly. pull
So,
it off.
Yeah, it's plenty of memories that, like remembering an alphabet when you learned when you were 9. I know empires that it no longer exist.
That's pretty cool. Why don't they exist anymore? What happened?
Oh my god.
War, civil war, flooding, famine.
I have taken away and
My deity
got my
said,
book.
"Oh no, I'm going to create another world for
Eat
you."
another potato.
So,
Ah, that reminds me. A lot of people don't know this, but you guys know. The world we're currently on is actually one of two. It's actually split.
Oh.
The other one is not very nice. Wouldn't recommend going there. Because there's like dinosaurs and weird magic.
Dinosaurs?
Yeah. It's very, very wild.
He said dinosaurs and weird magic, and you got caught on the dinosaurs, not the weird magic from
He said the
the.
dinosaurs first.
so
Yeah, there's like all kinds of weird shit over there. Deities walk willy-nilly over there and can do whatever they want.
Chaos.
Oh, it's completely chaotic.
Alright.
Over here is more of organized, linear
That's boring.
So
in most of the world. Some places it kind of merges over a little.
you see Corvo start like scratching her back and like it's itching and stuff. And the reason I'm doing this now is because he may need to see it, or Elminster needs to see it. And I'm like, I think there's something on my back, so I'm gonna take off my jacket and I'm gonna take off my shirt, and then this is the style of it. See the style of that?
Mhm.
That's gonna be on my back and torso and everything, like on my backside. And what it is, obviously, I wouldn't know because I can't see it.
Hold still. Hold still. Oh. Oh. Do you want to know what's written back here?
Written?
Yeah.
I mean, I might as well. It's on my body, and it might kind of tell me what happened or where it happened.
Okay.
You can also see like part of it. You can see on my hand. You can also see it down my arms and stuff. Like it's like full design.
Do you know your real mother's name?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever come up with your real mother's name?
Did
No.
we see that at all?
Yeah, because she's
Yeah,
standing
I
there.
know.
on
the
table.
She obviously has a wrap around
Yeah,
her,
midsection.
but the
We
rest
saw
of
a
her,
whole
she's
dancing
standing there
company
with
of
no
big
shirt
limits.
on, sitting on a table. Y'all, if y'all want to look, you can make perception check. Because he's looking at it.
I mean, he looks thoroughly
Okay.
intrigued. So
Somebody
I-
give me
I
some
got an
parchment and ink.
I got a nice
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm too busy thinking about the
Corvo
chaos.
is sitting on that table with no shirt.
I'm thinking about chaos and dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah, that's logical. What'd you get?
21.
29.
Who knows Infernal? You might want to write this down.
This was my other
I
character.
gotta get my pencil.
Yes, this character. No.
We're gonna attempt to write with my right hand. I don't even know if I can yet. We're going to attempt.
I'm
to
gonna
though.
continue to pretend I don't know.
Okay.
I will definitely like read it as if
In
I'm-
Infernal, and he starts writing this down as it is written. It says, Corvo Quinn, daughter of
it's just like, oh, that's a gnarly tattoo.
I don't know if you would see it, but since you got so high on your perception, and it's not like I'm trying to hide it, obviously.
Oh, his was fire.
29.
Oh, I thought you guys were
He
trying
can also read it. She can't.
Wait, technically, I can. Ha ha ha!
Well,
I can
You casting a spell?
because I
let's see.
one of
So-
my new little things
From
is I can actually read.
Tiefling.
So you see how the design is on his skin?
Yeah, I remember
That's-
that character.
Yeah.
because I
That's
now
exactly
also
the way
have
it is. It's
comprehend
actually
languages
carved.
and
It's not a
tongues.
tattoo. It's actually like carved into my skin.
Is it carved or is it that specialized where they poke it and it causes the
I figured.
I don't know
it could
if they would,
probably
like-
because that's how
be at
his is.
some
His is
point.
basically
I
they
didn't
poke
get
it with
to
something
use
that
those.
causes it to raise and fester just enough that it stays that way.
But I now have sufficiency in heavy armor.
And
Did you
heavy
see that?
armor that you can't wear steel.
It's
I
almost
have
like it's carved
claims.
into my skin or like
Thank
raised or
you.
whatever. It's not a
Okay.
tattoo.
Right, but
Corvo,
It
No,
can't be steel, but it can be.
roll me a
other things.
d10 and add 3.
I'm gonna get a 1 again.
no, you're gonna get a 10.
A D10 at 3.
Yep.
It could be dragon plate mail. Thank you. That would be cool.
Just remember, you can't wear any
No.
metallic dragon armors. Dragon
I
skins.
can't because they're not metal. It's just
Daughter
metallic.
Of
They-
Raven Darkwalker.
Also, the metallic ones are lame. I want the pretty like chromatic ones, like normal ass. Like,
They actually grow scales of metal.
do what?
It's the yeah.
Soul Dealer
Well then.
of Stygia.
Nice. I don't know what that means. Hi, Abyss. How are you? He looks less concerned with me.
I'm going to have to look up
Yeah,
what
that's
it
a
is.
little weird.
It's one of the 9 layers of hell, I think.
As he writes this down, everybody make an Arcana check because he actually says it out.
That sounds good. 21.
14.
21.
14.
Hold on.
He's got to read around the hole.
13.
Why did you
Yeah.
not fix?
Who actually has specialized in external planar knowledge?
Well,
I
obviously
dabbled
not
in it.
me. I don't think Corporal would. Like, of course, she's gonna hear stories and stuff at the tavern, but
I prepped for the field day out here, so I would have been done some research.
I mean,
Roll me a percentile.
do you think with Bella's thirst for knowledge she would have?
Yeah.
Dang, you weren't paying attention that much. I mean, you heard some things, but about extra planes, but actual in-depth detail, you weren't there long enough to actually complete that.
I think that was an 89.
Roll me percentile,
No.
because I know you were formally trained.
That's why I was kind of wondering if we technically would have.
Yeah, he has no idea about extra players.
I was the guy that people went to because they needed help.
Batteries working.
what's the double digit?
0,
Okay, and then what's the single digit?
7.
Okay, you got a 7.
I got it.
Yeah,
So-
no idea.
Okay.
The only time that the double 0 is 100 is if the other one's a 0 as well.
When he says this,
Which is a hell of a roll.
Corvo,
Yeah.
Especially when you need a low roll.
you get a flash. Memory. You are sitting on a stone chair. And you feel the knife curving into your back.
Wonderful.
Ooh. Are you masochistic?
Probably not, but as much as she's gone through, it'll probably affect her a little bit. It's not like she's screaming out in pain, I wouldn't think.
Roll me a perception.
Salt and lemon juice. Just because. There you go. Why not? And keep it up. Or dip the dice.
16.
Dip the dice.
As this happens, you remember being there and it hurts. It hurts. The heat of this place, the stress you were under. You look over and you are holding another hand. It's heated. And then you're suddenly back on the table.
Hi, guys.
You see her kind of zone out.
PTSD.
That's cool.
And everybody mark down under renown Mr. North.
So with a pencil.
I have one somewhere. Oops, sorry.
And
No, get that one.
if I could find that.
Also, add 1 to Shadowdale. Should be under contacts, allies. So, what do y'all do now?
It's getting late.
It is very late. I think we should get some.
I think sleep sounds like a fantastic idea as well.
No. Hopefully, we're running a risk. But hopefully, things in the Mr. proper aren't attracted to the building. Gets up, Mr. Gets up.
All right, let's go to sleep.
I think I just heard a red flag.
I'm gonna put my shirt back on, I guess, and I'm actually gonna go out to my mushroom, and I'm going to probably, I think, especially since I have to start remembering things, I think I'll start like a little diary type of thing. I'm gonna go out there and
Fair enough.
write it down and write my memory down and what Elmoser says or on my back.
Yeah, because he handed you.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go instead of sleeping in there. I'm gonna go to my mushroom and do that. I'm also going to check on the other glass mushrooms, get them situated.
Roll me an Arcana check.
9. I don't need. Arcana is not good.
As you're looking at your glass mushrooms, paying attention to them, and you know how many you harvested, you know how many you planted. You planted 1, and it multiplied quickly. As you're looking at them, you see that other small mushrooms are growing.
Same type.
And they're really small, and they're glass, and they have that slight purple glow.
Okay.
And there's not an overly big amount.
Well, I'm gonna. If I see new ones, I'm gonna take care of them and water and whatever. De-insect them or whatever I need to do.
Fair enough. So, what are the rest of you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to go to sleep.
Okay.
So this is more not like a question going over and asking them, just the manor wasn't offered, right?
Nope.
Okay, so we're just using the bunks. Okay.
You can see. God, what his name was? Oh.
Darkstar?
Yeah, you see Darkstar, and he was in work clothes, and you see him. He's dragging himself to bed because he was working too, and he's still covered in dirt, isn't he? And you see all the dirt fall off. And there's like a circle of dirt. He goes, and climbs in bed.
Wouldn't a shower have been more refreshing?
He's too tired.
Not
Too
when you
tired.
just want to go to bed.
Better go to bed clean.
So I'm gonna take half example, and I'm gonna go find like the cistern or something.
Well, they have baths there.
I'm just gonna make this quick. I'm gonna use shape water, and then just have it go around, pull the dirt out of everything, and I'll pull all the water out so I'm dry as well. Just goes quickly.
That's one thing.
Fair enough.
That's one thing you guys probably notice is
Humanoid walk instead of car walk?
Yeah, pretty much.
that's one thing that you guys probably noticed too. Corvo wasn't dirty when she came back.
Oh, that's sister.
If I would have had different clothes, maybe.
Might have smelled like ash.
I mean,
She's a heavy smoker. It's
you
fine.
could have smelled sulfur.
Yeah, there was a sulfur smell.
Who farted?
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to meditate and call my patron. Call on my patron.
Roll an Arcana check. Oh, what a great
what's
elf I am.
up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and just
Oh, what a great elf. I
curl
am.
up with one of my. With,
I'm such a great elf. Oh, what a great elf I am.
She rolled a 1.
No, I rolled a 5.
No.
That would be a full whopping 10. This line is currently unavailable. Please stay.
if you'd like to make a call,
Why you
please
have
say
to-
yes.
You actually feel like a cold presence into your mind. It almost is like, because it's like,
Question. Are there any chickens in
Oh, what the hell?
they have chickens. They're in a little coop they have out back.
I would like to go attempt to animal handle syndrome.
Oh no.
Roll animal handling.
Oh yeah, give me
The chickens are currently sleeping.
I got nat 1. I wake them up real good.
Yeah, you can wake up the chickens. And one of the guards, what are you doing?
Trying to make some friends with some chickens.
How about you go to bed?
But I need eggs for breakfast in the morning.
We have a person who does that.
But I don't work.
Chickens don't lay eggs until the morning.
Listen,
What was
I
it,
understand
Texas?
this, but I want
was-
them. I want the eggs for breakfast in the morning for the future.
Then collect them tomorrow if we have any access.
Two things.
I want to buy your damn chicken.
I guess one thing. I'm pretty
You could talk to the guy, one of the main guys who runs it. Maybe he'll sell you a chicken. I don't know. Do it tomorrow. He's sleeping.
Fine.
I'll call my spider back for the night
He's
and
gonna have an
have
animal companion.
it
And it's
make
gonna be a
some
chicken
spider
club.
web
Okay, that's easy enough to do.
over the night.
Yeah, she gets her damn
Then I'll
cake.
probably go to bed. Probably like pull out one of my books for research
Then you
and
can have
stuff.
eggs to throw.
Curl up there and fall asleep before I have a chance to actually get into it.
it.
You've been that sad before.
Yeah, I've been that guy. In the morning, everybody will wake up whenever you want to. And
Early.
it is, the sun is shining, it's bright, there's fluffy clouds overhead, and the roosters are crowing. What woke you up? At least most of you. What are y'all gonna do?
I would go try to get a chicken.
Oh gosh.
A couple of them. A rooster and a hen.
There's a rooster and several hens in there.
Perfect.
A total of 6 hens and 1 rooster.
How much would it cost me to buy them?
Oh, you actually go ask somebody?
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm not just gonna steal the chickens.
you do realize that's all the chickens we have.
Some eggs.
We can definitely set some eggs aside for them to be hatching. So whenever y'all do leave, you can take them with you. If you want to do that.
Corvo makes them.
I mean, they're
Oh, wait,
chickens.
is it boiled?
We don't really. We'll give you a couple.
Okay, well,
Well, I don't know if there will be any roosters in there, but you know,
that's fine. Give me some eggs and one of the hen.
we can give you some of the eggs and have them incubating.
But I need one of the hens.
Why?
I need a companion.
A chicken is.
He wants a
I'm gonna
chicken to
stick.
name
I'm going to turn my mushroom in the direction of y'all's talking. I'm be like, card ache. No means no.
Chickens don't make good things. They didn't run around and run off on you.
Have you met me?
Not really. You're an adventurer helping us out here.
Teach
Who are
the
you?
chicken alarm.
I'm a very chaotic man.
Clearly, you're trying to tame a chicken.
Yes, I know. We have a dwarf man that tamed a pig who's scared of magic. I want this
Pigs
chicken.
are easily tameable.
I want this chicken, and I want to be able to make it magic.
My recommendation, my good. Talk to Elminster, the other dragonborn. You might know about making your chicken magical. Start with a chick and raise it. This way,
You'll be mama.
it will get to know you. These are full-grown chickens. We go in there and collect the eggs.
Yeah,
They tend to get very angry
Is
at
this
perfect.
at times.
It needs to be a battle chicken.
Then you need to raise it from a chick to do that. Otherwise, you can't really train an adult. Like getting an old dog, they don't really learn new tricks.
is this a bad time to just tell you that Find Familiar can bring a chicken from hell that has 2 heads?
Perfect. Perfect. You want to help me with that, buddy?
No.
Mentioning that, where did you go to bed?
In one of the cots that was provided to us.
What were you trying to summon?
Oh, before?
Yeah,
Like days ago?
yeah.
Oh. An elemental that
What type?
half shadow, half cold, like frozen mist.
That's kind of rare.
You aren't woken up. Make a fortitude save.
Fortitude. That's a new one.
21.
What wakes you up? Because you're inside a building. You were exhausted from working all day. Wasn't the chickens uptight? It was because you are freezing cold.
I actually attuned to the ring of warmth.
You are freezing cold, even though you have the ring on. You know you should be warm. So why are you cold? And this is as your brain kicks in before you've opened your eyes.
Alright. I open my eyes and look around.
Elemental.
I'm fine with that. But
Out of character. You can totally summon an earth elemental for Corbin to kill.
why would I summon something for someone to kill? That's a really terrible idea to summon something to die.
I'm poultry.
That's
On
what summoning.
as you're
But
you normally sleep on your back or your side? Or do you toss and turn?
me, if I'm tired and I lay on my back, I'm on my back. If I lay on my side, I'm on my side. If I'm not, then I toss.
Fair enough. You were extremely tired from all that. As you open your eyes,
You could probably say on my side.
there is this creature that is sitting on your chest, staring at you.
What is it? So, like, as I'm looking at it, I haven't moved yet, but I'm trying to figure out what it is first. If it's poking me and not damaging me,
It's poking the blanket, and every time it does, you can feel the cold, but it's not getting through the blanket.
okay, and it is the visual representation.
Remember when Groot grew out of his little cup? It had legs.
Is it Groot? Is it baby Groot?
About this tall, but it's sitting down, so it's about this big. Is this little white, clear creature with two big eyes staring at
Hello there, little guy.
Next thing you know, you get a screech that bursts into your drum.
Oh, it's a mandragora.
Hi.
All my familiars talk to me. So is this actual talk or is this in my mind telepathy?
It happens in your mind, but you see him talking.
Hello there. Name.
I don't know. What are you naming me? You summoned me from the plane of ice, right next to the plane of shadow. What do you want?
I was looking for a helper in my journey. So
Belladonna. Make a perception. And what time did you get up?
Early.
What did you do when you got up? Make a perception check. And what time did you get
We'll go with sunrise.
up? Okay.
So early. And 22.
You were waking up kind of warm and snuggly, and you were waking up from good dreams because, well, you were tired. And as you were laying there, you see this white thing walk over, climb up the bed, and sit on his chest and start. And he didn't react for the longest time. And you're like, and then he wakes up and stares at him.
Hey, Ezra. You good?
yeah, I think I found my new familiar.
Yeah, no. Would have been days ago, but you weren't around here. I couldn't find you. Rude!
And I
Sorry?
hear it talking.
You see its mouth moving.
So I see the mouth moving, but not actually hear it.
Yeah.
Do you hear it? Does she hear the tone?
So I'm guessing you're hearing it in your head.
Well, he said he's my familiar, and if it's
I
through
can see its
telepathy,
mouth.
Make an arcana check.
Well,
well,
I...
Make an arcana check.
Oh, God.
18.
Dirty 20.
You have a familiar, right? Nope. You've heard about familiars. They usually talk to you mentally because you have that mental link. So he's probably talking to it mentally. You know, since you summoned it, you have several of them,
Mhm.
or have, yeah, that when you summoned the others you've had,
They don't have an actual conceptual language that they speak normally.
yeah, and so he's learning it. And that's why he's looking at, like, mimicking the words, but he doesn't know the sounds. But he can communicate with you telepathically because that link is there.
Right. Because,
And
like,
he's still poking you.
hey. Okay, and I start.
So
Oh.
even though I can't... Ezra, is it a he or a she, or does it have a sex? Do you know yet? Have you named it yet?
I just woke up. No.
Just curious.
When she talks, I'm guessing you look over at her.
Yeah.
You look over and it's right here.
Oh, you should name him Vanilla.
And like it tries to stick its finger in your mouth.
Okay.
Tapping on your teeth and it like puts its finger up your nose. looking at you.
I am not going to be able
I'm gonna
to
like,
not
see,
laugh
it-
at
it-
this.
like,
I'm gonna get
Comes
a
over and looks at your ear.
I'm not going to be able to not laugh.
Start pulling at your hair, looking at him. As it does this, it then leans over, so you have this view like this, your hair sticking out, and it looks at you. So,
You're an inquisitive one, aren't you?
well,
I mean,
yeah.
technically, wouldn't it be?
And then it climbs over your and sits back on your chest. Stares at you.
I'm already at like a sitting position at this point. It's like,
Oh, shit. You're a big one.
It starts growing, trying to sit on your chest.
It then backs down, falls off your feet, then picks up the blanket.
I'll
Look at your
move
feet.
my feet out, and I'll go to stand up, and
What are these?
their feet.
And she wiggles your toes, and as you see as it's standing there, it's like literally like Groot legs. There's no toes; it's just stumps. And it has the body and two legs that come out, and it doesn't have hands, but it forms fingers out of its like stump because it ends on a stump, and then a finger will come out and it'll move it.
I'm not there. So I'm just too busy trying to craft some
You're
chicken.
big.
I think I'm actually pretty small, but 5'10", pretty average actually.
So what do you want?
Taller.
Well, looking for another familiar on for our adventures. If you're willing to travel with us and such,
Where's your cat?
my Tressum
Yeah.
is currently in the other dimension.
Where's your spider?
Making thread, probably at the
Wagon?
the horse wagon. But if he's
Okay.
here, then
Okay.
probably or yeah, the stables, I guess, is where they had left.
Yeah, but it would have been stayed in the wagon. Because that's where we can. Like, you hear another voice. Boss, done.
Oh, that's good.
What was
Oh, the little ice spirit is.
Yeah, it's like, what was that?
Oh, that was Cheryl.
Why can I hear it? Sure.
Because she's bound to me as well, or one of my familiars as well.
Like me.
I would assume so. Yeah. If you accepted the contract, the spell.
Contract. We don't have a contract. You summoned me, and I was formed and went here.
Okay.
It is very warm.
It is pretty warm here.
I feel like I'm gonna melt.
Well, I hope you don't do that.
Want to build a snowman? Kidding. I'm kidding.
He goes through the door and there's the gun.
I heard that the other day. I build a snowman. Car. That's great.
Well,
So,
name?
here, and I guess you. I'm gonna name me because
Carl.
I don't have a name. I'm snow, ice.
How about sickle?
Okay. A sickle. What's a sickle?
Like an icicle.
Okay.
Unless you want something different.
Like this, and he holds out his hand. And like that?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Stabby.
Okay.
Big stabby thing.
I can make it. I can be sickle.
So, I'll get out of bed
I must be confused with something.
Holy crap, you are a big one.
and
I'm not.
As
So-
he's like sitting on the bed. You're a big one.
so we're just getting up in the morning and getting ready for breakfast. And you want to come join me and meet some of the other people? Belladonna, you want
Sure.
breakfast?
Carry me.
Yeah.
I'll do the dad stick two fingers out so he can grab both with both
Quick.
hands, and then put them up on my shoulder or something.
Ooh. And as he's like sitting on your shoulder,
I know I'm getting kind of cold, but
you notice that the ring helps you with cold, and you're not uncomfortable, but you can feel that like fabric. He freezes into the fabric and kind of just stays there.
Man, he's really giving you the cold shoulder.
And he like will grab the fabric and hold on, and kind of ride along.
so we'll go over to the lunchroom and
What's breakfast?
we can get some food. I know that familiars don't really need food, but I mean, that's right.
Okay.
Carding's just eating some breakfast.
Whoa, there's a bunch of people.
I'm probably gotten down and sitting on the table.
You two, roll perception checks.
That's a good one.
18.
19.
See Ezra walk in, and he has this little snow person, white creature, sitting on his shoulder, holding on.
You got some dandruff, buddy.
Don't listen to him.
It talks. Nifty.
I don't know. Has it started like throwing out words at
Not
all?
yet.
Okay.
You can hear it, and you still see him mining the words, but sometimes the mouth and the what he's saying are off, and it's just like he doesn't have lips or teeth or a
Right.
tongue, so it's just,
We can fix part of that, but all right. So I'll go and plate up some food. Go sit down, take a bite, grab like I guess it's like bacon,
yeah. Oh yeah, they have eggs, bacon, potatoes, sausage,
take potato.
stews,
After I eat a bite, so that
biscuits.
that
bread.
he can kind of see that like we eat things.
Oh yeah,
take
he's.
I'll take a potato and come see.
It has no taste. Yeah, doesn't have taste buds. Doesn't have a tongue.
I'm surprised you know what taste is.
You see, oh my
What would
god.
happen if I stuck him in my pocket?
Then your coffee would probably freeze and he wouldn't like it and probably freeze you too.
It's a little warm, you know. Think an air conditioner.
And you see Elminster walking over with several plates of food and a coffee cup that's floating beside him. He sits down, starts eating. He's like, so what's y'all's plans for today?
Well, I think the
Fight something.
We'll fight something.
I think that we just kind of did this job. We got the we barely got the shield up. I don't know what else you have around for jobs.
Well, he
Or-
was rather successful if it's still running today. Is it still running? Yes. Okay. You got no attacks? Okay.
I wouldn't mind going over the ruins a little bit more and seeing we can find things. I mean, if that's okay with you guys. But
What about you, Carlo? What are you thinking?
I'm bored.
You're bored. Fair enough. Well, yes, please. What about you, Belladonna? What do you want to do today? We have several options available. Just trying to.
Such as.
you get our
Well,
special special plan.
I know that
Access to
we
jacuzzi.
uncovered. They say they uncovered on an archaeological dig a ruins they've yet to explore, or
Sounds interesting.
we
I think I
could
finished that class.
start working on the next step of setting up the missile, which is, I thought this was complicated. That one is, I don't know how we're going to accomplish that.
Well, how about you ponder that some more? The ruin sounds.
Okay,
I'd
well,
like to try the ruins. Are there any mines around here?
in the town, no. No, none of the mining was done in that I know of. There was,
I'm kind of looking for some rare earth metals and gemstones and stuff like that. Small amounts, things like that.
that's, well,
I mean, I guess technically, if we find something that's broken that's made of like gold or silver, I could use that.
you could always go dig around in the ruins on helping on an archaeological dig. I mean, they're always finding shit: pottery, silverware, bones, clothes, old paper, books, tomes, scrolls, potions, empty wine barrels, casks. We've
It's
found all
almost like
kinds of
somebody
shit.
lived there.
Yeah, I know, right?
I give
Oh.
a very sarcastic look as I take a bite of a mushroom.
Hey, Corvo, I have a question for you later, if you don't mind.
What's up?
Well, I was just curious. I was seeing those the glass mushrooms, and I thought that was really really cool.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. You're actually, yeah, you did that.
Trade secret.
You think maybe that we could do that?
Sure.
Okay.
She
Just
pulls
plan
back.
it out. Plan it out back. I'll
Uh,
talk to it when I'm done.
You think that we might be able to do something like that with like a ruby or a sapphire or something?
I have no clue.
And I can try and help a little bit maybe, but it might be interesting.
When you splice mushroom stuff together, it has to be precise. You ever heard of
I'm very much understand precise. We just kind of fix something.
Like plant splicing, where you create a new strain of something.
kind of like that?
Interesting. I didn't know it could be done with plants here in glass. Must be something magical in the ground that affects.
You mean like the microbes?
Anyway, you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you the next step of our plan. This way you have a heads up. The next thing we need to do, and he'll pull out this. Anyway, where's Jermaine? Jermaine! Hey, Jermaine!
Jackson.
And you see the gold dragonborn sit down, and then he levitates his plates over to him. Yes, Elminster? You still have that scroll on how to weave a mythal, right? Oh, okay. Good. Yeah. Alright. Good. You retrieve it for me, please? And you see Darkstar go, now? I'm in the middle. Right. And he turns around gets up and walks over to a wall and starts casting a spell. Everybody roll.
It's not what was supposed to happen. Kind of just went out of the bowl. 23. My math is going slow. It's fine.
It's fine. Some people don't math as well as others.
Oh, I
and
do.
don't
I'm
math
just-
very well.
Tired.
Yeah.
And my brain's moving slower now.
We did so much work and then decided not to sleep because you're going after a chicken. Probably should have slept at night.
I have things I want to do. Fight.
Also took a CBD.
Fair enough. I'm gonna kind of wait on her for me here.
Are you getting hungry?
Not really. Still kind of full for breakfast. Thank you, Grace. Roll an Arcana check.
I heard. I bring the coffee out first.
What'd you get?
18.
23. Low whopping 14.
He creates this door. Opens the door, walks through the wall. And it is when he leaves the door open, but when you look at it, there is nothing on the other side. It is black.
Nifty.
I wonder if I can splice the glass mushroom with a bigger bang. Explosions.
It's in here. Give me a minute. Shit, where is it? Come on. Okay, I hate it when I don't know where something is.
What?
I forgot the name of the spell it is. However, those who got over a 20, we're just going to give a description and we can find the spell later. This is a personal plane of existence.
Demiplane.
Yeah, it's kind of like a demi-plane, but it's...
Demiplane puts a either a doorway or a trap door.
Yeah. And you go, oh, shit.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, he's gone for a few minutes. No Master is like, yeah. I didn't know he had one.
I mean, kind of old. Probably picked up some tricks you didn't know about.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to him in over 100 years. When you get to live as well as I have, personal connections kind of fade. You tend to forget about people.
How did
Except for when they've been around as long as him and I. I didn't know he had gotten that advanced in spellcasting, though. That's good on him. A little different than mine, but good on him. And he's like, so, what we want to do is creating a mythal, like is in what's in Mithranor right now, is not a simple spell by a long shot. In fact, it cannot be cast by one person. Like requires 9 people or more. So 9 main people. And then there can be other people participating.
There's a nightfall spell you said? Great.
Actually, the
We kind of went over this when we were getting ready.
yeah, I think I might have
Shield
mentioned
room.
it earlier. The actual Weave Mythal spell is there's some variants to it. There's Create Mythal, which creates a personal mythal for you that anybody can cast as long as you're a spellcaster and meet the requirements. But it doesn't last very long. There's Weave Mythal, which it takes 9 people to do, and it takes a while. And then there's an older version, which we're trying to do, which is the same. It had the same spelling. It was still Weave Mythal, but we're using the Netherese version. So still requires 9 people, but it's a higher level
So,
than
question.
the regular Create Mythal.
With the ways that I've been having a little bit of trouble with a couple of my spells, is it you're saying this is the Netherese? Is that a different plane, real quick?
No,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because interplanar changes. Example with the way one of my spells kind of work.
here's a little bit of lore for you. Before most people were on the planet of Tor,
Mm-hmm.
it was ruled by mages called the Netherese. They were extremely powerful. Like magic was unbound back before, and this was well before the spell play. Like thousands of years before I was born. And the Netherese, they did magic and they used magic for everyday things, and they created massive things and did stuff with magic that cannot be done now.
That's kind of like Mahiri in the bedrooms.
You know, it was according to texts that I have dug up in old Netherese ruins. Even at as strong as I am now, the Netherese would have dwarfed by a lot. And that was everyday common things for them. They had floating mountains that they lived on. They built structures out of pure magic. They traveled the plains like walking through a door. It was nothing for them to communicate with deities themselves and summon the actual deity to this plane of existence. Of course, on the other hand, deities walk this plane. That's why the world was kind of torn in two. But, you know, hey, whatever. But the Netherese kind of, one of them kind of destroyed the Netherese Empire and kind of caused this huge rift in magic, and so it didn't work for a long time. Then Mistra took over and rebuilt the magical, kind of reorganized it. And the spell plague happened, and that kind of screwed a whole bunch of stuff up, and this is where we're at today. And this is why, in mechanical terms, nothing, no spell over 9th level can be cast. But yeah, she kind of reorganized magic and put a limit on what magic we cast. Like, I have spells I can't cast. I have scrolls in that are setting in my sanctuary that I can't cast anymore due to Mistra taking over, or Mistral taking over after the spell plague, and putting a limit on all this. This is why it takes 9 spellcasters to break that limit by not breaking that limit. Because one person isn't casting a spell. It's a combined effort that kind of stacks up. So we're able to surpass that limit. However, here's the big kicker. It takes, and Jermaine walks out and he's like, there you are. He walks over and hands him this scroll. And he takes it out, pulls it. It's a scroll case. He uncaps it and unrolls it. Before the spell plague happened, and you can actually read this, it would have taken 9 wizards, in mechanical terms, of level 41 or higher to weave a method. So we don't have this many spellcasters around anymore that are that proficient in magic. We have me and him. So what we're going to try to do, and this is part B, why I actually hired you guys.
Did he hire us? I thought a doppelganger hired us.
Well, I sent out the invitations. How the doppelganger was able to meddle in that is
Okay.
will be looked into. But I originally did that so you could help me set the thing up and do this part B. Because the Mythal and Myth Journal is not it's a man-made myth.
So it's the second way of making it, not the way that you're trying to make it.
Yeah. Most or some of the mythos in this world were actually created by a deity himself. And that was his specialty. He wove them, he looked over them. If something went wrong, he went and fixed them. And
That doesn't instill confidence.
this is where the conundrum comes in. Because the Mythal here in Myth Journal was man-made. He has no hand in it. And between me and Jermaine, we know that we cannot weave this spell. It's not physically possible or magically possible. What we're hoping, and it is a long shot at this point, is that we can get the deity himself to help us, because that would supplant all the magical we need, and get him back into helping with the methods.
That would be great because I'm equivalent to like a level 2 wizards.
Yeah. And yes, the mythals are different. And here's the kicker. Gotta hold in. Up near Baldur's Gate
Oh, hi, Curtin.
was is the Sharp-Tooth Forest. I believe that's what it's called. Forest of the Sharp Teeth, something like that. It's up there. And this deity had an avatar who was working on this magical item to help with the spell play. And the avatar was at this labyrinth he'd created and working on this item. And another team came in and wrecked the project and stole what he was working on. And basically trapped the avatar of the deity we need, or are hoping to recruit, in the labyrinth. So it's kind of a two-part thing.
So then here's the question: if he is in a labyrinth, because I'm not as familiar with avatars, is this sort of like a soul jar thing? Because I kind of had a class where like you can jump from, so with soul jar you have like a soul in the jar and it can project itself to something that it can control. Now with the deity, I mean, he doesn't have
Very
he doesn't have to have the soul jar. He's just his own thing, but he's bringing himself into an entity that he created to go do the physical stuff.
I see where you're going.
So
with this.
why can't he just leave that and go find another vessel or something?
That's the problem. He did.
The one you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have an avatar of this deity. The only way, because what happened was when the deity himself, when the deity B attacked deity A in where he was working in his laboratory, deity A withdrew from his avatar to protect himself. But deity B basically stole the key that deity A needs to get his avatar back to him so he can finish the project.
So then he needs that specific avatar.
Yeah, basically. Like I said, it's really freaking complicated, and this was all done because of a lot of research and help from higher. So that's our next step for setting up another method. Because
Is
as
to
you
then
see
someone
here,
to go
Yeah.
fight a deity for the key to another deity's stuff.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because then, as a here's the real big kicker: the deity who attacked the Avatar was none other than Bane himself. So, the reason I recruited y'all is to have you guys work around here, get some more experience, become stronger, and more proficient, and have a lot of help handed to you so you could go to hell, retrieve item from Bane, find the Avatar, have him finish the key so that he can then go back and hopefully take you with him so you can recruit the deity we need to come here to help us and potentially get Mistra or Mistral to come help us also. You see how complicated this is?
Okay, 2 questions. 1, when you said Bane, did that strike anything? 2, when you said hell, did that strike anything? And would my mother know Bane? Being a soldier.
When he said Bane, a nerve ran up your back. And you were like, you aren't afraid, but that name brought fear into your life.
Funny.
And you don't know about the other. You don't know.
Would my mom have given me a way to contact her, knowing that I'm
Not
probably
that you
jumping
found
back?
out yet. So we're because the deity we want to recruit is on, you're gonna love this, the elven version of heaven. In his own little demi-plane he has there, which he doesn't allow anybody to go to or leave from. And it's hit, so he hid it. And the labyrinth, or laboratory he was working out of in the Sharp-Tooth Forest, is hidden as well. You see my conundrum? I'm not sure if we can do this. This is why it was a long shot. Try to get you here. Test you. See what you're worth. Why I sent the Planeswalker to find these certain people with these qualifications.
I'm gonna turn to the Dragonborn guy and be like, is there a way I'd be able to contact my mom? No.
Yes, no, maybe.
Well, maybe.
Because there is a spell, commute or contact other plane, but it's, to put it in very simple terms, tossing a fishing line into a pond and not knowing what's biting on the other end, unless you have something specific or something or someone, somebody that you're trying to fish out.
That would be my mom.
That's the problem. Because it requires knowledge of that person. And we have nothing to work with here. We know you went to hell. We know you went to this hell. We know you had a job in this hell. This is what your tattoo says. But soul brokers, because that's what it is. It's like a banker's job. It's a glorified bank.
You're a banker.
Because you're literally trading souls with other denizens of the plane or planes that are coming there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, for example, you have a very strong, powerful mage's soul. And let's say demon wants it. Whatever nefarious purposes they have, they're willing to trade you something for that. Because there's no coin in hell. It's a barter system. And biggest currency is souls.
Would I have gotten something of my mother's, or was there anything in my pockets when I returned, like items or anything like that?
Very interesting question.
Because obviously, if I got this on my back and I saw the female's hand, then I would think that meant that she and I were somewhat close.
That is a logical conclusion. I can see where you're going with that. But that's a if. You don't really know, because people in all the hell dimensions and all those other planes don't really become overly friendly with people. They are on a basically acquaintance level.
I was there
Because-
for 80 years.
It's more of a I'm friendly towards you because I need something. You are friendly with me because you need something. And you might use somebody else for something and more than willing to screw them over in the worst possible fashion, like most denizens of hell, and get everything they have.
I mean, my mother did go to a different plane, marry a halfling, have a baby, and go back to hell. So I don't think that she would be as
Well,
callous. And especially if she's holding my hand. Was holding my hand.
see, that's the thing is we don't know. We don't know.
Well, that's why I want to get a hold of her.
I mean, because, like I said, you're literally tossing out bait in a pond, hoping to communicate with this plane, and there's no guarantee of who or what's on the other end.
I got her DNA in me.
That, at best, is a long shot. It would be something personal.
You're trying to get a deity out of an elvish heaven in a secret dimension that you cannot even find, and you calling this a long shot?
Yeah.
He's finally getting.
Yeah. I've been to hell. I don't want to go back. I know what it's like there. It took somebody else coming and rescuing my ass. Somebody else rescued me.
And it sounds like that you're trying to get us sent there too.
Hey, remember that whole thing about you're friendly with me, I want something, and vice versa, want something, and yeah,
Exactly.
why do I trust you?
Exactly. Which is why when I gave the Planeswalker a list of people, list of prerequisites, I had no idea what he would collect or invite.
Look,
How
long
he
shot.
got this information, I don't know.
You
I have some theories.
You're calling me wanting to pick up a telephone and say, "Hi, Mom, a long shot," when you didn't know what you were doing when you were trying to get us here. Good job.
Here's the way I think about it.
Well, look at the bright
Every-
side. If we do go, you can say hi to your mom.
I point to my back. I know what plane she's on.
Yeah, I mean that. At least you have an area code.
Let's pull out the yellow pages.
In a
Don't forget to dial 9 to get out.
in a party, you need people who are educated spellcasters.
Followed by 2.
I happen to have 2 of them. One of them apparently went to some high and fancy fluting school. The other one is trained personally by academics.
I
To be
cast magic.
fair,
I needed somebody of high elven blood to help with the casting of this spell.
As he's talking, since I'm wearing my jacket and stuff that I popped back in from hell with, I'm just gonna kind of go through pockets and just like
I have a question.
I needed somebody who could cast spells and was kind of a no,
Comic relief?
no, they would be have a martial quality about them. So they were kind of 50-50. I needed a fighter who could definitely protect the party, who had no magical capabilities. This way,
Our fighter doesn't really fight much. Most of her fighting is done by a pig.
that's fair.
and I needed a rogue who was able to get in, investigate, look around, do undercover work, get in, get out, be very quiet and sneaky and scouting to help protect the party so that they can help protect her or him or whoever.
Don't worry, they got black bears. It's fine.
Huh?
No, don't just
Black bears or blackberries?
blackberries.
Depending on what you want, both.
I like blackberries.
I mean,
But so how he picked y'all, I don't know. I have my own theories, but I'm not gonna ask the Planeswalker because they're a weird bunch.
Do I find anything in my pockets?
Roll an investigation check.
You won't find anything in her pockets.
This is going to be interesting.
quick, grab that piece of lint.
Oh, look, my potatoes.
25.
What are you doing with my potatoes?
Okay, you now have a new object to follow.
Harold,
Who's gonna egg?
So you managed
Hi.
to get your chicken.
No, but they gave me a ton of eggs. Including some for incubation.
Meaning, I'm not a mind reader.
Or you have a rooster.
I'm going to find
He's gonna think about this. This is horrible.
this is going to take.
So you're going to have a rooster and they can travel around with us in the
What are we doing with them? My cart.
You do fine.
I'm building a chicken coop on my cart.
It's gonna be
Rude.
so weird.
It's my cart. You ask people your
I
stuff.
mean,
Look at her
it's
cart.
already got the mushroom house and the
Yeah, I mean,
As
right now
you're
the mushroom house
digging
is
into
fine.
your pockets, you're digging. You're searching every pocket, looking at them, feeling all the cracks and
It's
crevices,
new clothes.
everything. And
Nobody's been able to eat food.
for some reason, you
I really
looked
can't argue.
in part of
I
your
really
coat
cannot. I'm trying, but I cannot.
that doesn't have a pocket.
Okay.
And there's something special about this area, and you don't. It's the feeling in your mind. You don't know why it's special. You don't know what it was. But as you're feeling around,
I'm checking the scene.
there's no steam to be felt. So when you are feeling around, you feel the tingle of magic in your hand. And there, as you're it's almost like on a seam of clothing, but slightly off. Just a hair from the seam. And your hand literally slides into your coat.
I can hold a bit away.
And it's not very big. Like when you feel in there, your whole hand doesn't fit in. It's like,
I have a small hand.
yeah, even for your hand, it's very small. Like you can only get like a few fingers in there, and you feel around in this pocket, and it doesn't seem to have an edge.
Do I find anything?
And then you find it's a metallic disc by feeling the edges of it.
I'm gonna pull it out.
Make a little safe.
As it reaches sunlight, it blows up.
Everybody else make a perception check.
Let's see.
Y'all are sitting around.
Nat 20.
29.
They rolled out of the
Well-
bowl and landed on a 20.
Just straight wisdom, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 12.
Also, what are you trying to perceive?
I will tell you.
Okay.
Memory hits you. And you hear a feminine voice, older. It's like Corvo. This way. So, all memory is. And something was handed to you or put in your pocket, put in that pocket.
So I'm going to pull whatever I felt out.
You see Corvo kind of searching around in her coat, and she's obviously looking for something in some pockets. And suddenly her hand, part of her hand disappears into her coat. And as she pulls it out, there's the ever faintest smell of brimstone. So this sulfuric smell just ever faint. Like, wow. Oh. And you pull out this black coin. It's pure black. Yeah, but you can, as you start to look at it, it has a magical touch to it. You can feel it. But it's perfectly round and smooth on the outside. But there's a small, when you look at it, it's like looking at regular coin, how there's a small texture to it. And what's not raised is black. But there's a symbol on it.
Just on one side.
You flip it over, and there's the same symbol.
That's odd. Do I recognize the symbol?
Make an intelligence check.
Quick copy. Use it. Heads, I win.
And as you're looking at it back and forth, you actually notice that inside of it,
17.
dum-dum-dum-dum. This right one? Nope. There's a hole in the middle. It has 5 small edges. What was your intelligence check?
17.
17. As you're looking at it, and one side is make an investigation or perception.
Perception.
With advantage. Because you're right here. Luke.
16.
You want to use your halfling luck?
Sure. Still good 9.
So with this 16, as you're looking at this coin, the symbols aren't exactly the same. One of them is slightly different than the other.
Will Mister see this? And would he recognize it? Because he's been to hell.
And back.
He had to be rescued.
I'm gonna swear to God, I'm gonna pull this out just so I can a little bit. Making me roll for a monster.
Oh darn, you gotta roll some dice.
Everybody else make a perception check.
I perceive that the DM is angry.
No.
Perception check.
This is a different one.
What did we perceive the first time?
Let's see.
I perceive that she has the
How
coin.
well
This
she was reaching in and pulling out the coin.
Nat
and-
20 again.
this perception's probably his outlook on when he
Paying
looks at
real
it.
good attention.
Are you
Looking-
trying to hide what you're doing, or you
Coconut
sitting there
shells.
staring at this coin like this?
You see it.
I do. Lucky coconut.
I mean, I don't think I would intentionally be trying to hide it. It's just like, hey, what's this? And I'm looking at it as people
What'd
having
you get?
conversation.
20. Natural. You like a 21.
16.
Y'all can see that when she pulled her hand out of her cloak or coat, she pulled out a disc of some kind. She's looking at this black disc that has this, like, silver, gold, bronze? Can't exactly tell from here. Marks on it. Both sides. She's looking at the rest of the coin, token, whatever, is black. You read Infernal, right?
I do now.
I think it will say.
13.
As you're looking at this coin and examining it, you flip it over one side, and you're suddenly the symbol flashes in your mind. And you're like, Stygia.
So this is on my back.
Flip it over. And it has your mom's name.
Come on, look down, mister. Long shot?
Isn't that?
I got a lot. I love look at it.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Put some.
What's it say?
Well, this goes from a long shot to, hey, how you doing? Where'd you find this?
It's in my pocket.
Where? Show me.
And I showed him the dimension.
The little magical.
Do it again.
Okay.
No, show me where exactly where it was.
Like right on, right kind of like the seam where my fingers like this, like.
So you go to stick your hand in there again?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It's not there.
Oh, well, I guess that was the end of that spell. You can detect magic. Just detect it. Well, I don't detect magic. I
Like
detect.
touch it deep.
Where
Hold
was
on,
that?
hold on, hold on.
Keys?
I got this. I'm used divine sense to see if it's evil.
The coin?
No, the pocket.
Are you gonna start yelling "evil pocket" now?
Maybe.
Evil llama,
Hey, you dropped your pocket.
demon pocket.
Like the spot where the abyss portal
Yeah.
was.
I know.
I'm not sure whether he's face palming in his head
Corvo?
or not.
Are you evil?
You steal
What's
stuff.
your alignment?
I'm neutral evil.
So then, yes.
He radiates as evil.
I already knew that, you stupid thing.
Nothing else around here within like 300 feet.
Not even the coin.
The coin is not evil.
Cool. Well,
It has you can tell it's from an infernal plane.
well, it ain't gonna hurt him.
Yeah, if you
She might.
She has.
Only one of us, and he earned it.
Twice.
You're not wrong.
I have actually seen these people.
I mean, it has my mom's name on it.
Something like this. Something like this is no, it's not exactly phrases. Something like this is a very powerful item.
What does it do?
These tokens, so that's what they are not to be taken lightly.
Well, I did remember my mom said, take this, and she...
So, you coming back here is
She would have... We would have had
probably
to...
not an accident
Well,
or death related.
if my mom did give me this, that means we both knew I was going to end up back here. She intentionally gave it to me. Which means, to cut out a whole bunch of travel and hubbubaloo, if I can get a hold of her, she might be able to help us with Bane.
Maybe,
Unless maybe she's his slave.
maybe not.
Doesn't
We, at the moment, we know this coin is suspect from your mother. That's what you believe, so we'll roll with this idea. We know it's from Stygia, but the dimensions of the infernal planes are higher, like a ladder, almost. And the higher up you go,
in this case lower.
in the ranks of the infernal denizens, the stronger and more powerful you become to their level. And so a token like this is not granted or given lightly.
I mean, what's the rank of a soul dealer? Because I would think that would be pretty important.
That's what I find interesting. Because your tattoos are your job, which means that
Your mom's not the soul dealer, you are.
yeah, exactly. And
Then maybe I would have a
You-
connection.
usually soul dealers
Check your pockets, you have extra souls?
they deal in souls like a merchant deals in coin.
Mhm.
Some of them are extremely wealthy because they have a lot of coin to deal with. Most of them on the streets are petty merchants, which have very little coin to deal with.
What does my clothing look like? Because that will so if I have clothing that isn't torn, I wasn't dirty when I came back. I probably would have had to have a good amount of money to get a lot of this tattoo work done. And if I was down there for 80 years, then I would have had some sort of rapport with people. Demons.
Rapport, yes, with denizens of the internal and other planes that go down there. Reputation, probably. Wealth, that we don't know.
Can I intentionally try to remember specifically that, like how I lived, where I lived, etc., etc., etc.? Because if I'm sitting here thinking about it and we're conversating about it, and then I find the coin, would I intentionally be able to be like spurring some sort of information?
Make a con save.
And say,
I would like to pull out one of my lesson plans and start kind of reading through it, but kind of listening for interesting things.
What are your what?
One of my lesson plan things.
Oh,
My book.
okay. Yeah, easy. That's easy enough.
60.
I just want to work on some of that while we're talking.
You don't get a memory. It's more like a feeling of not being like rich, but having a reputation of having of being a fair merchant.
So basically,
Somebody who dealt in quality, not quantity.
so I would have been having some sort of a pull and contacts and connections.
And so you might have had contacts, you might have had connections, but where you stayed was never yours. You knew it was yours. You were staying with somebody and it was theirs, but only because it was granted to them for them to live there.
Probably my mom.
So maybe. And he's
Well-
like, so yeah, we don't even.
But what are these tokens used for?
Well, like I said, these are very personal tokens. It would be like me giving you one of my teeth.
You can keep those.
It's a very personal thing from me. And if you ever need to contact me, you have something very strong, very powerful, very personal, so that the ability of others who have the ability to eavesdrop on any conversation would be almost non-existent. It can be done, but it is damn near impossible.
So can I take this coin? I'm gonna pick it up, and I know it's not very strong, but can I try to use my psionic power, concentrating on the coin, to possibly get in contact with my mom? Because if it's that personal, that means there had to have been a strong enough link there. So would I be able to try to do that?
I'm going to let you roll with this one.
Okay.
Make a will save
A will save.
at disadvantage.
Why a disadvantage? Why are you being mean? Well, that's a 5 and a 19. Great. 7. Technically, I can use one of my dice to re-roll it. Hold on.
Yeah, lucky.
No, it's
No, halfling luck does ones.
it's a it's something with a psionic thing because it said I could expend a dice to re-roll a roll, and even if I rolled an 18, it would be better than a 5.
So other than sitting here listening, what are you doing, Cardank?
Kind of just sitting here absorbing the information as best I can. There's nothing else I could be doing besides eating.
Fair enough. It's a really good meal.
Yeah.
There's-
Good eggs.
Oh yeah. And one of the
There's potatoes there too.
guys you were talking to, he comes over and he's like, "You wanted a couple eggs, right? To incubate."
As many as you can get me that can incubate and ones I can throw at people.
And eat.
And some to eat.
Well, we don't have any disposable because we usually tend to eat them on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But we were able to save 2 for you to incubate, so we can set those aside for you if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. You know, if we have any spares, we'll kind of try to kick them in there, but we usually don't have any spares.
So it says if you fail an ability check using a skill or tool with which you have proficiency, you can roll one psionic energy die and add the number to the roll check, potentially turning a failure into a success. You only expend the die roll. You only expend the die only if the roll succeeds.
What was that?
Here,
Yeah, but what was the power?
1d6. So it would still, it wouldn't be much, but it would raise
side
it.
bolstered neck.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So 5 was the disadvantage. 11. So 11 or 19. So it'd be 11. It would be a 13. We'll say.
Okay. You feel that connection. Because I'm guessing you're sitting there pretty much looking.
Yeah.
You can feel that connection. Nobody's picking up at the moment. It could be because you're on a different plane,
Yeah.
different worlds. You're not exactly sure. But it's like reaching out, but almost there.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to do with this to use it then.
Well, if can you cast spells?
No. I mean, not anything more than maybe a cantrip, but I don't even have those. I have the psionic ability as well.
I'm just wondering if contact other plane would work. But that's usually a personal thing. And I'm not sure if you can cast it on someone.
Do I have a scroll?
Let me take and do some research on this.
Can you have the person casting it, if you're not opposed to an extra person hearing the things, have the mental link and transfer that what's being said back and forth, or just be tied in through the telepathy to hear?
If this is a hugely personal thing,
That's
I
my
don't
only
think-
thing.
I
It's a
don't think
thought,
that
but
would.
you know.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure I could do this, and Jermaine could probably break a variant of the spell. But contact other plane, yeah, it's like point A to point B, and the person casting it is the one who's communing and basically getting questions and questions the other end. But that is, a personal. So writing a variant of that spell can be done. It can be done. Most spells can be altered a little bit. And so, I mean, if you have any arcane ability, even knowledge about magic, you should be able to cast it.
If it's a scroll, probably. I mean, I did get the big wand to work. Staff.
So, yeah. Okay.
You prayed really hard.
So,
It was a pity cast.
so it's a very not powerful, but kind of almost powerful mid-level spell. So if Jermaine, would you be willing to alter it if you could to rewrite it so she could cast it? Yeah, I could do that.
Reaches in his back. and-
Take me a few days. Yeah, I could do that. Give me. What was it? I think it's 16. Do.
Still does it sometimes, but you know, they get there.
Let's contact
Like this, wow.
fifth level.
Well, your name sounds like a little demon. So
He's like,
when
yeah,
he was singing
takes
that
a
song, and he would do that, I started calling him demon.
bit to cast. Yeah,
So
if
does
you
it all
mean.
like, kitten. You just see him sprint through the
5-6 days, I'll be able to come up with it. It's gonna take some time to research the actual spell itself, figure the variant, and then rewrite it and make it to where you could potentially cast it. No, you give me 5-6 days, I'll possibly have it for you.
Oh, I guess. I mean, we can try it.
Okay.
Well,
Then we have a plan.
I'm going to go look for a rope or a piece of chain or something, put it through the hole, and put it around my neck under my shirt.
Easy enough to do.
That way I know where it is.
Easy enough to do. So, glad that's really interesting. I've heard and read about those, never actually seen them in real life, but that's really interesting.
Why would I be sent back here?
I don't know.
Maybe this was the real hell all along.
Sometimes it feels that way.
Well, I don't
You know, he's really smarter than he acts, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think you really should give yourself some credit.
You already gave me plenty of credit at the magic shop.
No, you seem wiser than you act and smarter than you act.
Somebody's got to do
Fair enough. I enjoy a good joke. And good fun.
Do you like potatoes?
I do like potatoes.
They were throwing someone at one very hard.
Like with catapult?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's really fun.
Isn't it? Watching.
Sometimes they die.
Hey, you
Yeah.
like catapult, right?
So
You want to have some fun?
Probably.
I reach into my bag and I take one of my, like, 'cause I had 2 mushrooms in my bag. I take one of the mushrooms out and I hand it to you.
We don't have an enemy.
You have a bag?
yeah, I'd recommend pulling on that. We don't know what side effect that would happen if crushed.
There's a castle that's infested. You want to go find out?
Well, that's what I was gonna. I'm glad we were able to have this conversation. I know it took forever to take and go through, and there's a lot of steps going on.
Cleric?
But I mean, because going the way of trying to find the deity, it's going to the woods and finding his avatar would be the first step. Because then finding out what he was working on would be helpful in taking and trying to locate it on wherever you need to go to retrieve it. But you guys need a lot more experience before you do that, to be perfectly
Well, then let's go get some experience.
honest. That's what I was going to recommend. So
We're not gonna
I
go
mean-
beehive, are we?
you can
40 times.
you can go wander around the ruins and dig around in archaeological studies they got going on, or you could go explore that one they uncovered.
What one do they uncover?
Big cover.
Or the third option is if you guys can successfully convince this deity to come help us, he has to be summoned at a temple. There happens to be a temple. Ruins, but a temple here. It's far closer. And from our scouts, it has been completely desecrated, it is infested with monsters and demons and
Let's go.
devils and all that.
I have a question.
I was totally not with this until he said it was infested, and I'm like, let's go.
How exactly does Elminster have functioning knees at his age?
Barely. Haven't you heard
Spell.
them like squeaking?
A lot of people believe that I eat the specialty elven bread.
Do you just replace them every couple of years?
Part of it happens to be from being where I've been and what I've done and what I've done it with, and certain blessings.
Are you a
that-
ghoul?
No, mostly not. But interestingly enough, there are some of those in there.
You can't kill those things.
Yeah, you
They just
can.
regrow their shit.
Potato to the head.
Fire, undead, worst break. Although some of the ones in there, heard rumors, not actually seen.
They're not ready on fire?
They were there when I was here back in the height, but there's some liches in there that are elven.
Any bugbears?
You don't want to take and destroy unless they've kind of gone off the deep end. So I actually visited several of them, and they're very knowledgeable. But with it being ruins, it's finding them because, well, they're hidden underground. They can't really die.
Locate object, phylactery.
But you can't really find a phylactery if you don't know what you're looking for, and with
Why is this one a beer bottle?
Smash.
I've seen some people that had mugs, and they carried it on, drank out of them. It was the weirdest thing.
They
Smash.
can't get out of their
Stab
soul.
What are they called?
Steins?
No.
Oh,
There was-
speaking of mugs and bottles, do you have any empty glass bottles I can have?
I myself? What type
No,
are you
like,
looking for?
Just glass bottles. Ones that can break fairly easily.
Who wants to shank someone with a broken bottle?
It's not shrapnel damage.
I don't carry junk like that on me. They might have some around here.
I make some potions.
There's a lot of dwarves out there
Alright.
that probably have
Which
some
way do I go?
special drinks.
You're probably right.
Well, I'm kind of leaving it up to y'all. I would recommend,
Let's
seems like a couple of years sleeping in or something.
let's go to this temple. I'm gonna try to knock on Elven Heaven's door. Maybe I can find a stairway.
No, you're
You're on the highway.
you're on the highway back right now.
I personally recommend
Do you hear those bells?
having a full party. So
They
where
go-
a couple of your other party members went before you
I
do
haven't
something
been
like
home.
that. 'Cause when I say infested, I mean some of the stuff we've been reported there, you guys
Well, we
are
can
not.
at least go look at it.
Yeah, you can definitely go scout it. I mean, it's a lot closer to the midpoint of the main town.
I mean,
Is it
Depending on-
around the ruins?
It's a lot closer than, well, up there.
so depending on what creatures are there,
Yeah, I mean,
I could always just, go completely invisible and then walk right into the doorway of it and then summon the dude. Didi will come down and wipe everything out.
well, I'm not sure if you were paying attention, but we kind of need the key to find his place that he hid in the elven heaven that only one person knows how to get to. That's another deity.
What do we have to do first? Get a hold of Bane, get the key, find the thing in the forest, find the heaven in the labyrinth. What do we do first?
Well, going down that path, it would be going to the
Oh.
forest and finding the avatar. But you guys need some more experience before you go.
So you're sending us directly to a god before going and finding.
No.
this
You're going to find his workshop in a forest that was hidden
Okay.
by the deity of the avatar. But you need some more experience before you go there, considering this place doesn't have the greatest reputation.
I'm going to find a skeleton. Just start walking out the door.
Fucking
I'm looking for a
goddammit,
skeleton too.
I'm gonna follow the.
I personally
devil.
would recommend going to the archaeological dig. You might find something interesting.
Want to go to the dig?
There you go.
Following closely.
I was gonna say I'm at the point where I don't like watching Corvo go. Like, I feel bad because we randomly left her and she's taken off, and I'm kind of.
This time I'm following. Like,
I would
alright.
like to start trying to make her feel more welcome in this community.
I mean,
'Cause
I look extremely different and extremely different.
But you're still Corvo, as far as we can tell so far.
Yeah.
You're still Corvo, so
She's
I wonder what actually, like, was it the blip to hell, or was it me being in hell that triggered my tiefling set? It'll be interesting to figure out.
It was meeting mommy.
I mean,
That could very well have been.
trauma.
I will at least initially go after Corvo, be like, hey, do you want company?
Did you go buy riding boots and not stilettos yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, where would I be able, could I do that here?
What?
She needs a
Get
pair of
some
riding
just-
Under your
boots.
boots?
Riding boots.
They have boots
As
here.
much as
You-
I love the whole,
So, can I have the stilettos?
Fuck no.
Stop throwing at somebody, maybe impale them.
No. They're a family. No.
So coincidentally enough, on my way to search for a
Very
skeleton,
expensive stilettos.
on my way to search for the skeleton, I actually am going towards the archaeological dig because I didn't pay attention.
Fair enough.
I want to find me a skeleton. It may not be alive, but I'll find me a skeleton.
So yeah, I will follow after Corvo.
Follow after.
I mean,
I'd still have
Are
a
you following the people that are
Very-
following Corvo?
decent gait.
I'm gonna get my spider.
And just so you know,
I'm gonna become a spider.
Didi, when he was
Not
talking
actually
about the
turning into a
deity
spider.
over the Mythal, was called Mithrine Surath.
The deity.
Yep, and you guys need to find the avatar in the Wood of the Sharp Teeth. Although Elminster might have slipped and called it Glimmerwood,
So,
which is southeast of Baldur's Gate.
oh,
Glimmer.
Lovely.
Glimmer.
Wood. And I'm gonna call game for there. I know it was a lot of talking, a lot of me lore dumping all over you guys, and very. I know it probably got you getting intrigued and more in depth into the story, which is what I'm wanting. But I have to pee really bad.
It's okay. I'm dying.
Not allowed.
You're dying. I'm dying over here.
The
So
snake
thank you
that
for
was trying to.
Joining us today on
So-
Williams Adventures.
No,
Let's go on an adventure and role play something new.
Come.